The Quadro 240 board was first marketed by Harrow's Darts in 1992. It had an extra ring between the double ring and the outer bowl which counted 4 times the value. Therefore, the highest score achievable with one dart was quadruple 20, meaning that the maximum with 3 darts was 240. The board was initially unpopular amongst players, as many players are resistant to change in the game, and found it very hard to learn all of the hundreds of checkout combinations that the extra ring added. The highest checkout on one of these boards is a 210, which can be achieved by hitting 2 quadruple 20s and a bull. However, despite this unpopularity and the fact that it seemed very novelty, it was used within WDC events, which was the former name of the PDC. Its first use in a major competition came at the 1993 Skoll match play, which was won by Dennis Priestley, who beat Jockey Wilson 6-1 in the final. During this tournament, Jockey Wilson, Phil Taylor and Jamie Harvey scored maximum 240s. The board was used again at the same tournament in 1994, which was won by Dennis Priestley, who beat Bob Anderson 7-5 in the final. During this year, no player scored a 240, but Anderson hit a rare 180 checkout in the final by hitting the quadruple 20, treble 20, and tops. The tournament was held with the same board in 1995 and was won by Alan Warner, who beat Rod Harrington 6-4 in the final. During this competition, Peter Evison scored a maximum 240. The board was used for the last time at the 1996 edition, which was won by Phil Taylor, who beat Dennis Priestley 6-2 in the final. In the final, Taylor checked out on 188 with 2 quadruple 20s and double 14. Bob Anderson hit a maximum 240 in his match against John Lowe. Harrow's ceased production of the Quadro 240 in 2000, but teased its return with a Facebook post in 2015. The boards are now collector's items and regularly sell for hundreds of pounds at auctions and on websites like eBay, but as time passes, ones in good condition are becoming harder to come by. Another strange rule was used by the PDC in their first event, which was the 1992 Lotta UK Masters. During the tournament, which featured the top 15 professional stars in darts at the time and a qualifier, a rule called equal darts was used to switch up the format. When leg-winning doubles were hit, the opponent was allowed to throw the same number of darts that it took their opponent to hit their outshot, allowing them to throw the same number of darts in the leg. If the second player finished in fewer darts, they stole the leg, and if they checked out in the same amount of darts, the leg was determined a tie and it was replayed. This first tournament was won by Mike Gregory, who beat Dennis Priestley 8-5 in the final. A notable moment occurred in a first-round tie between Phil Taylor and Bob Anderson. With Taylor a leg away from the match, Anderson hit a 64 checkout in 2 darts, which under normal rules would have sent the game to a last leg decider. But Taylor hit his checkout in 1 dart, meaning that he stole the leg and won the match. The format was used again in 1993 in a tournament which was won by Mike Gregory. Its effect can be seen in a match between John Lowe and Phil Taylor, where Lowe goes for the treble 17 with his first dart on 101 to try and take it out in 2 darts, as Taylor was sat on 32. John Gwynn, who commentated on one of these events, stated that the equal darts rule brought about a bit of excitement and a couple of slightly confusing moments for the referees Freddie Williams and Bruce Spendley. I think this rule is interesting and could be cool to see at a modern tournament, as it removes the advantage of throwing first. Another time a unique rule has been used within PDC darts came at the 2009 Jockey Wilson Cup, which was a one-off non-ranking event in 2009, named after the Scottish two-time world champion. The event was a clash between England and Scotland, with Phil Taylor and James Wade representing England, and Gary Anderson and Robert Thornton representing Scotland. The winner would be the first team to reach 4 points, with 4 singles matches, which were worth a point, and 1 doubles match, which was worth 2 points, being held. The unique rule was used in the doubles game, which was held after England had won the first 2 singles games, meaning that if they won the doubles game they would win the cup. The doubles game was the first to 6 legs, with each of the legs starting at 1001 instead of 501. This was the first time in which legs of 1001 had been used in PDC events. The effects of this change were seen in the 5th leg of the match, when Scotland hit back-to-back 180s, which left them on 481. England went on to win the doubles game, which secured them the cup. The other 2 singles games were also won by England, meaning that they won the cup by 6 points to 0. The tournament was never held again, but replaced by the World Cup of Darts, which carried on the pairs format, but ditched the 1001 legs. Another unique rule in a televised PDC event was seen at the first staging of the Las Vegas Desert Classic, which took place in 2002. The tournament, which offered American players a chance to qualify, used a set play format in every round, but the strange rule came in the fact that the sets were the best of 7 legs, rather than the PDC standard of best of 5. Or the best of 3, which is used in some other events. This meant that the players had to win 4 legs to win a set. This can be seen in this image of Phil Taylor's semi-final, which shows that he has 3 legs in a set, but has not yet won it. He won the next leg, allowing him to win the match 3-0. In the following year, this rule was ditched and legs were used. Sets returned in 2004, but they were the best of 5 legs. Another unique rule is used at the Grand Slam of Darts, where a group stage is used. In these groups, if 2 players cannot be separated, the tied players both throw 9 darts, and the player with the highest combined score goes through.